Just small things that, like, whenever I just took that energy and that attention away from social media and poured it into like my own life, things just started to shift for me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I am going to be sitting down and discussing my journey with social media. And so basically this is kind of like an updated video because about a year and some change ago, I had made a video titled I'm quitting social media to focus on my own life. And so someone had recently suggested that I make an updated video kind of like talking about what has happened since then. And I thought that was just such a great idea. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Like I said, about a year and a half ago, back in 2024, May of 2024, I made a video talking about me deleting social media. And this morning, I literally rewatched it just to kind of get a sense of my headspace and, you know, just to remind myself why I made the decision. Because up until that point, I've had experiences deleting social media, having the social media detox, but then I come back and like I fall back into like the kind of cycle of just binging social media, not really making progress on my goals and all that other stuff. And so I rewatched it and a lot of things just stood out to me. For one, it just feels so surreal to watch that video back and look at the date and then look at where I am now and see how much progress I've made. So one of the big reasons why I decided to delete it about a year and a half ago was I was in a space where I was really trying to find myself, you know? And I try not to use that word because like, or use that phrasing because I feel like it kind of implies that like one day you will finally have like an epiphany, a aha moment of like, this is who I am. I finally like solidified my identity. I finally made it. And for me, I really feel like you never really reach that point. Like if you want to survive and continue to have a life of fulfillment, you have to continuously evolve. And so saying like, oh, I found myself, that just kind of implies like you stopped evolving. Maybe a better phrasing would be like, I have a better sense of who I am. Maybe I'm more grounded in who I am, but I just don't like the phrasing of like, oh, I found myself. But anyway, so I was finding my footing in that season because I just graduated college and I honestly did not know what I wanted to do next. I'm from Mississippi. I moved to California to go to college. And so that felt like a really big leap for me. I was like, yes, I'm finally out of my hometown. I'm about to create the life I've always dreamed of, be on my own. Graduation happened and I had no other option but to go back home because I didn't have a job lined up. I didn't have any plans to stay in California. Like I really didn't feel called to stay. So I really didn't implement steps to stay. And so I went back home. I was back in my hometown, back in my childhood room. And I was like, I do not know what to do. And I will say, I feel like I kind of had dipped into post-grad depression a bit because like every day I would just kind of sleep in, really do anything during the day other than scroll on social media or watching TV, not really doing anything to get me out of the rut that I was in. And so one day I was just like, you know what? If I really want to make progress on my goals, if I really want to create my dream life, I have to start now. Like I have to start somewhere. Like no one's gonna come to my room and give me the answers. No one's gonna come and show me what I should do next. I knew that at that time, social media was a hindrance for me for a few reasons. One, I was constantly comparing myself to my peers. The second reason is social media was just wasting my time. Instead of sitting down and asking myself, okay, what steps do I need to take to get me to point A to point B? What things do I actually want to do next? And kind of going through those exercises and asking those questions. And so I just noticed those patterns of like, okay, I'm constantly comparing myself and I'm constantly wasting time all day just scrolling on social media. I just need to get rid of it. And so what made deleting social media a year and a half ago when I made that video compared to all the other times I deleted it was I had a strong why. Why am I actually doing this? What is this gonna serve? Because in the past it was kind of like, oh, I know this is bad for me, but you know, maybe a little detox would just kind of reset me. But this time I was like, okay, this is my opportunity to really go full force at the things that I want in my life. I had a blank slate. So I was like, I have all this free time to really just visualize and plan and take action towards the things that I want. And so I was like, in order for me to do that, I can't have any distractions. All of that to say, that was just kind of my headspace and where I was coming from when I made that video. It all stemmed from me really wanting to find my footing in that season of life, and social media was just kind of holding me back from that. Okay, so now on to what has happened since deleting social media and since making that video. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not in my bedroom anymore in Mississippi. So a few things have changed, a few things have progressed. And so I just want to go over them just so like if you're watching this video and like you were like me, or like if you're in that season like I was, where I was like, I have all these dreams and these goals, but like I just really don't know the next step to take. And like I know that I need to get rid of social media because it's wasting my time, it's distracting me, it's constantly fueling that jealousy and that comparison within me. If you're in that season, let this update serve as like, okay, this could happen, or this can be the result of actually deleting social media and focusing on my own life. So a few things that have happened. One, I'm in Spain, guys. I've been in Spain since September of 2024. So think about that. I made that video in May of 2024. So 4 months later, let that sink in. And also between that time, another goal that I had was, I was like, okay, I need to start making money. And at that time, I really, really wanted to start freelancing. And so within, I would say those 4 to 5 months, as I was preparing to go to Spain, I got published and became a contributing contracted writer for a publication. And so as all these things started to fall into place, I was like, okay, now I feel like I'm getting some like momentum. And so another thing that happened, what else has happened since then? Something that you really can't post on social media, and I mentioned this in a video in the past. It was about when I was talking about success. I'll link down below. But I'm like, sometimes you can't measure or quantify certain successes in your life. Like when it comes to external success, like yes, you could post like the big house you got, you could post the promotion announcement on LinkedIn and all this other stuff. Like yes, those are markers of success, but what about measuring our internal success? You can't necessarily post that on social media. And so a few like internal successes that I've had is like, one, I am like healthier and happier. Like I'm just more grounded and more content in my life, in like the season of my life more specifically. And something random too, like I'm just gonna like put this out there, like if you watch the video I made like a year and a half ago, one of my goals was to have a better skincare routine, like clear up my skin and stuff like that. And guys, is she glowing or no? This small things that like whenever I just took that energy and that attention away from social media and poured it into like my own life, things have started to shift for me. Not to mention another goal that I had, or something I had on my vision board, was to find a healthy and stable relationship, because like I've been in the dating world for a while. Okay, I've been in the streets for a while and I don't like the streets. I'm not built for the streets. And so one goal that I had was like, I really want to manifest and attract that relationship in my life that feels stable and that's healthy and that like matches my energy. And as I really start to focus myself, and I know, oh my gosh, like I know it's annoying when people are like, okay, if you're not in a relationship, this is time to focus on yourself, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, that is kind of true. But at the same time, you also have to put yourself out there. Anyway, that's a different video, a different time, different topic. But I noticed that when I was focusing on myself and my own life and doing the things that I wanted to do, building the lifestyle that I wanted, it attracted the type of people that I would want to date. And since making that video, I am now in a relationship that is thriving. And the last update is that my freelance practice is growing. I've generated more income than I was making during that video, and that's a huge win for me. And so I'm telling you guys all of this just to show that like once you start pouring energy into your own life, you will see things move along. You will start seeing progress towards your goals. You will start having more time to do things that bring you joy. On to the next question that you may be thinking. Am I still off of social media? No, not completely. Okay, listen. Between that video that I made to now, my standard that I have for myself is like, if I'm not bringing value, then I'm not going to be posting. Like if you look at my socials, you will see that like I don't really post self-serving posts. It's usually related to my work, my articles, and stuff like that. And so And even then, it was very, very sparingly. Like, I literally just started posting again, like, I would say late 2025. So I was really off of social media for about a year. And so I didn't start posting more until like this past summer, because if you look at my YouTube channel, you can see I kind of created a little series. And so like that has kind of put me back onto social media, but in an intentional way. And so I want to kind of share this series and this project that I'm working on, because I did build it and I am building it in a way that is sustainable and that does align with my values when it comes to consuming consciously and living your life more than you watch other people live theirs. And so let me explain. So basically my series is called On My Terms, and On My Terms is an online space that I created where I share stories of people building lives that are authentic to them, even if those lives are unconventional or alternative. And I also share resources for you to start building a life authentic to you. When I created this series, it was kind of like very spontaneous. Like, it was kind of random. I really didn't think I was gonna stick to it, because I was like, I just want to chat with people who inspire me. And so I wanted this series to be a spotlight on people who are doing what I'm doing, like building a life that's authentic to them, so people could see that like I'm not a unicorn. Because I feel like sometimes people could look at certain people who are doing these extraordinary things, like building a business, moving abroad, and say like, oh, that's for her, that's for him, or that's for people who, you know, X, Y, and Z, what have you. But my goal with On My Terms is to show that anyone can do this. Some people have head starts or more resources than other people, but like it can happen. And so when I say that I build it in a way that aligns with my values, is that I'm not posting every day. I'm not posting 24/7. I would never ask people to do things that I wouldn't do. So for example, if I don't want to sit on social media for hours a day consuming content, then I'm not going to ask people to do that with my content. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to create and build things in a way that supports my vision and what I want for other people. And so that includes not posting that much on social media, even though like, yes, it'll grow your brand and stuff like that. But I feel like your tribe will find you. Like, I say that a lot. Like, I'm not worried that it's not going to be successful, because people who think like me, people who want to build lives authentic to them and who wants to spend more time existing and experiencing their own life than watching other people live theirs, like they will find the way I'm building my little ecosystem online, like they will find that valuable. They will appreciate it. So like that's the reason, that's the only real reason why you may see me posting on social media like once a week, mainly just to promote the Substack, which is a long form base where you could get to your email. You don't have to go on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Yeah, so going forward, I'm still not on social media completely, but if you still want to engage with me, of course, you can email me. You can subscribe to On My Terms on Substack and subscribe to this channel. Once again, thank you for the person who recommended this video or suggested this video. It was really nice to look back and kind of see the progress and the evolution of this topic. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it down below. Give me a like, give me a comment, and make sure to stay inspired, and Ali loves you.